Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Tanner McKee, locked in preseason week 2. Have yourself a night. Fired up. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of the channel. Not only is it a great, cheap way to support the channel, but you get even more Quarterback School content over there. So if you enjoyed the nuance, detail in these videos, you will love the Quarterback School Patreon community. I really appreciate your support. Hop over, join. I appreciate it. As for this one, let's get into it. Tanner McKee, have yourself a night. Right here to the bottom, to the slot. A dot too. Goodness. Looking the part. My goodness. I love seeing a dude absolutely embrace an opportunity. Surge yourself up the depth chart. This thing is sweet. What a performance, man. Locked in right here early. We're going to run this little, call it deep out. I love going past the sticks. You know, this thing's often paired with this right there. You catch middle field closed, man, 5-person pressure, man free. Normally, I'm thinking I got outside leverage here. This is probably not going to be great, but they have to do it. If they don't do it, take advantage of the leverage, let it rip. Look at the anticipation. He goes to throw it right there. Hey, let's go. And it's a dot. It's a dot. Now it's, you know, balls between the hashes. It's a perfect throw. It's a perfect, beautiful throw on 3rd and 3. Again, I love going past the sticks. Just looks the part. I mean, that is perfect. Next one here. 1st and 10. Condensed split. Spray speed out. A dot. What? This is awesome. It's on a string right here. This is beautiful. I would classify this as unique footwork as well. It really doesn't matter, you know, how I classify it. It times up perfectly. So what I'm calling spray speed out. Speed out to me is just a rounded top of the route, so a rounded out route. Spray just means it's not a straight. You're running this at like a burst out angle. So you run out and then into this. Now, a lot of teams will run this more quick outy, kind of with all stick with the tight ends here. Not a fan of it. This is a little bit better of a play, a little bit more downhill. The thing footwork-wise here that's unique is normally this would be 3 no hitch. If I'm going to go shuffle or Brady shuffle, whatever you want to be, call it footwork wise here. So these are kind of the 2 options. Shuffle is usually with a hitch. And this is shuffle no hitch. So he doesn't have, I would say, the fastest lower half, but it times up perfectly right here. It doesn't matter. Shuffle, throw. Yeah, there's no hitch to it, but the timing. Hey, look at it. Let's go. Let's go. Good for you, dude. That's awesome, man. It's outstanding. Decisive, clean, laser, right up on his face. Hell yes. Next one here, 3rd and 1. This is a tough one. Okay, this plays out like 3 verticals, which is a unique play call on 3rd and 1. I would say you're calling it to take a shot. They end up catching what they catch, 2. Yeah, you end up catching 2 now as a pretty popular changeup in the league on 3rd and short yardage because teams are running so many man beaters. You know, 3 verticals to me is you're going to take a shot outside. Right here, you catch middle field open. You probably want to attack the middle field runner. Now, he kind of gets jacked all around. 82's taken forever. The check down is not a terrible throw. It's not a good throw. It's a little late. So, again, what I'm calling 3 verticals here is best release, go. Here's that kind of like middle field, attack the middle field read. This is probably a best release, go. Best release go just means he can go inside or outside. But when we catch open like this, true like cover 2, you know, really your only option is going 1 to 2 up top, potentially getting a hole shot. But, you know, I'm thinking I'm going to work the middle of the field. Well, that's great for me to think. But when this takes a half hour, you know, this guy it's tough. You got to get it down. Now, this check down. Okay, now who knows if this is supposed to be a check swing or what. Back in the day, a lot of teams would, not a lot, a few teams would run what's called a check M. And a check M means just what it sounds like. You kind of like come up, check your protection, and then you're going to come out and run. It's almost like a controlled downhill check down, but you want to swing wide is like wider to me, a swing or a wide. A check M was always like a little bit tighter, and you wanted to keep your shoulders kind of facing forward. I always thought Sproulsy was the best in this back in the day in the Chargers and Phillip. And you kind of get this thing going downhill. That's kind of what this looks like. If this is what that is, Tanner's probably a tick late. And again, it's not my favorite footwork in the world going backwards right here. So first up, let's watch the number 2 up top. The slot just takes forever. Rerouted, slow motion, it's not going to work. You could say if you're a screenshot warrior, throw the whole shot down here to the bottom. Well, he's not looking there. Okay, so footwork wise, no inside out up top, check down. And again, he's kind of falling backwards. And so he throws a bit of a sinker. They make a tackle. Now it's 4th and 1. And we got to do, the Philly sneak, tush push thing. So no. And again, we're getting big push on the right side. Got to go backwards. That forces the ball to then be a little low, a little slow. He can't make a move. He can't necessarily fall forward. And it's 4th down. Now, the tush push this year is going to be interesting for me just because, I think I put a lot of this on Kelsey. It's going to be interesting to see, if he was that kind of like special variable to this, where he kind of like rolled into this and got a head start and really got a push. I think this is a perfect example. Go back to the wide here. Just watch the surge of everybody but the center. So again, they probably got backups in there. See the center go backwards? Now the ball's on the ground. Okay, it's a fumble. So it's all bad, right, coach? Thanks. But you can see the dent that the defense is making versus the offense. That was not the case with Kelsey. So ball's on the ground, all bad. We don't convert. I personally don't really care that they don't convert here. I will be interested to see what Hurts and the front line look like doing this year, because I do think that Kelsey was that kind of secret sauce as far as the timing and how low the leverage he could play with. But right here, you can see ball on the ground, no chance, a bunch of 4th downs that didn't go their way last night. This is the first of a few. Next one here, big back shoulder down here to the bottom of the screen. Again, driving the ball down the field, outside the numbers, maybe a bit of a push off. They call a flag, but they must pick it up or it must be on the defense. I didn't care enough to go back and watch the broadcast. It's a beautiful throw from McKee, though. It's an absolute strike. It's down the field. It's not an easy boundary throw. It's also to the wide side, so you get that +6 yardage. So wide side of the field. Press, middle field closed, easy to see. We're going to take this shot down the field. It's beautiful. It's a big boy throw. He looked the part throwing the ball down the field outside the numbers. On time. Look when he passed the ball right there. Throw this thing down here to the bottom of the screen. Back shoulder it. Awesome. Well done for a big chunk. Now, maybe you could say if you're being crazy picky, if he had another couple yards on it, you could kind of make it an easier catch as opposed to falling back away, more like up above his shoulder. But still, that's a big chunk down the field. Hell yeah. Next one here, 2nd and 8. Now, the funny thing is that the few throws that he doesn't put exactly where he wants, they're actually easier throws than many of the kind of deep anticipatory throws that he makes and makes consistently in this game. So this to me is a little choice or option to the short side, to the boundary. He just puts it behind him. Now, could he catch it? Yes. Is it a good throw? No. Okay, now the other thing I would add here is, again, I don't know how they're teaching him to read this, but this to me is the option or the choice route here. When it's paired or tethered to stick nod, so there's the stick nod, here's that looper return. I'm not sure how teams necessarily tell them anymore to do this. What look would you want the stick nod to? Okay, I like the stick nod look versus middle field open. Probably everything but quarters. I like it versus this look right here. I don't necessarily love this guy to come out here and run out. If this is anything close to what I'm used to calling like palms or soft 2 here, if he's going to come down here and break this thing, I think this corner plays this pretty poorly, actually. And, Tanner might say, hey, I'm throwing it behind him so he doesn't get hit by the corner. Well, if that's the case, I don't think you have to do that, because the corner down here to the bottom turns his back, even though you see him come off right there. So it's almost kind of like a, earmuffs me here, like a shitty palms corner down here to the bottom. Regardless, at the end of the day, it's just not a good throw. It could be caught. I think you could also work the stick nod up top. Now the stick nod takes forever from the number 3, so you probably end up go to the number 2 on the looper return. But still, just, it's one of those things where you almost have to chuckle when you turn on the film because he makes so many good throws deep down the field outside the numbers. The check down and the slot option are the ones we're missing. So just fine tuning those kind of more layup-y throws and plays. Next one here, 3rd and 7. This is an absolute seed down here to the bottom. A stop route, tight, middle field closed, man coverage. It is excellent coverage. It's just better offense. It is a great throw. It is anticipatory. It's right on his grill. It might not be necessarily my favorite footwork. Shoot, it might actually even be tipped right there. No, way overset. Regardless, the timing is outstanding. The decision making. Watch this thing at the bottom of the screen. He's going to throw it right there. Look at how tight the coverage is. That's open in the league. That's hard for people to grasp. But 3rd down, where you know where your guy's going, look how tight it is. You're going to throw this thing with anticipation. Right there, he's letting that thing go. You just throw it right down the stem. So that idea being that you put this thing right here and trust him to come out of it right back down to the ball, not falling out of it so that you allow that corner to kind of undercut it. You got to come right back down to it, make a tough contested catch right past the sticks. This is high-level NFL offense. It's awesome. It is outstanding quarterbacking. It's nice catching the ball out there. Excellent situational 3rd down offense. It's really, really well done. It's kind of impressive that he does it with this footwork too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3+ here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. But it times out. Outstanding. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. I sincerely appreciate you subscribing to the channel. It does mean a lot to me, so thank you for taking the time and doing that. Again, the Quarterback School Patreon community, you know about it. Join, become a member, get even more Quarterback School content. We also have Quarterback School courses. These courses are the premium content available through the channel. These are deep, deep dives on my favorite football topics. We have a course on RPOs, tempos, pass protection. The best-selling course is how to beat every coverage. And we even have an entire offensive system for you. So hop over there and enroll. You can enroll and check out all the courses at the new Quarterback School website. Get over there, ask me anything, a really cool interactive feature that will show you and lead you to a bunch of different and old school content. And then finally, make sure to follow me across social media platforms. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get back to it. Next one here, 3rd and 5. Yeah, this is a new one for me, play-wise. I'm not going to sit here and pretend to tell you exactly how they read it. I can tell you how I probably would read it. I can also tell you, it's one of those things where it's a bummer because it looks like he goes all the way through this thing, gets it to the back, right at the sticks. He just doesn't get it. And then they don't get it on 4th down either. Another one of the 4th downs. So for me here, the first time I saw it, I was like, man, I really like this right in the middle of the field, right? You catch middle field open right here. This potentially is there. In reality, there's nothing really holding this player because we're going on this shallow across here. So, this makes me a little nervous. This looks like it's supposed to be a basic. Originally, I thought it was, 3 verticals like dancer with the shallow. But then you tether this kind of like check angle on the backside, and it makes you think that this thing probably was meant to be read, high-low in this thing right here. It's not there. Back down to the back. So I wouldn't be shocked if it was something like this. Now, the other thing about it here is you've got this comeback hinge on the outside, so could easily be working 1-1 right there. Regardless, I don't think any of them are glaring open. I wouldn't be shocked if you put it on the number 2 up top. It's going to take a second right there, but because there's so much collision with that flat defender, that apex defender up top, it's not there. Get it down. You could make the argument if you're super picky, hey, you're drifting towards those first reads. Let's stay in the middle of the pocket, make this thing happen a little quicker. If it happens a little quicker, maybe the back can accelerate and go get a first for you as opposed to catch hip tackle. Next one here, 3rd and 6. This is a tough one because They end up catching 0. Really nice protection, 6-person protection, 6-person pressure. We're trying to throw it to the number 3 down here to the bottom on the little, choice or skip flat. And we just miss it. And again, this is that kind of underneath throw that I was talking about where he made so many great throws down the field that the ones we missed for whatever reason were these out shallower routes, which I would consider much easier throws. Now, it doesn't mean that it's a wide open throw here, but the guy going in motion, as he comes up and out down here to the bottom, you're going to have this opportunity. We've got the leverage. So, I mean, you're going to let this thing go. I think this guy does the deep out. This guy's going across, and then this is where the ball's trying to go on that kind of like, I would guess, an option route. Comes up, and now he decides to go out past the sticks. And again, the coverage is there. I don't think it's necessarily so tight that you wouldn't want to throw it or makes the throw impossible. We just miss it. And does he play it? He's throwing that thing with anticipation, right? Look at him already separate. The guy's not out of the break yet. So maybe playing that a tick fast if that's not like a timing route. I don't consider those option routes timing routes. You kind of got to see him where he's going to go and how he's going to win. So right there, he almost plays that thing too fast and sky mails it. So again, it's more of just understanding the body of misses. Really impressive throws. This is really great pass protection, man, for a second half of a preseason game. 0, 6-person protection, 6-person pressure, no one around us. We just sky mail it. Next one here, another really impressive throw deep down the field. So we're going to run the number 1 down here on a deep out. It's a dot. It's an awesome throw, man. Big play action. They get a little slot pressure. Pick it up. I love the drop here. Watch the dovetail. See how he's lined up? Well, I'm going to rewind and let it wash over you. All right. So we fake it. We're throwing outside the numbers to the left. Watch him get lined up. Lined up to the left, y'all. Great base, great timing. Ripping that thing right up on his face. That is outstanding. That's a big boy ball. Anticipation. He's separating right there. Tap it. Look at the wide receiver at the bottom. Not out of the ball. Not out of the break. I'm going to talk about this a decent amount. Anytime the DB, or, the corner type, has his rear facing the sideline, you have anything you want as an outbreaker, as long as you can make the throw with the distance. This is not a short throw. This is a big boy throw across the field with anticipation. I mean, if you listen quietly, hold on. You can hear him surging up the depth chart. Let's fucking go. That is driving the ball down the field. That is outstanding. And again, I can't get over the footwork. The footwork is my kind of party. Oh, lined up, tight hitch, dot. Hell yes. Next one here, not the most difficult throw in the world. Slot, bottom, hitch. Whether this is a hitch or an option, it doesn't really matter. Just make the plays that are there to be made. Make the easy plays look easy. And that's exactly what he does right here. This just looks like a competent, polished pro. Catch man free. They're bringing 5. Got free access to the slot. On him. On time. On the body, on the break. Make the first guy miss. Get a decent little chunk. It's outstanding. It's exactly how it's supposed to be played. Look at the access down here to the number 2. Way off. Whoop. Again, divider rules. If you know them, you can appreciate the photo down here to the bottom. The outside defender is inside. The inside defender is outside. Right on him. Catch on him. Again, the quality of the throw and the timing allows that guy to be able to make somebody miss. It's not late. It's not a crazy-ass throw. It's not high. It's not low. It's right on the body. 5 one-on-one blocks up front. Get it out. Back foot in the good, decisive, good stuff. Next one here, another play action. Kind of 9-person, 8-person protection here, I should say. Wing slot, stacked formation, nice pass protection. There's just nobody there down the field. Not getting enough guys out. McKee does a great job of just drifting to the side of the check down, get the ball out. Again, outstanding pass protection. Block them up. We got double teams for days out there. Look at all the double teams. Beautiful, beautiful. Drift, put it right on him. Again, some rough tackling, no doubt, from New England parts of this game late. But this is a really nice job. Again, not forcing it. That same kind of deep out we saw earlier where he threw on time. Right here, it's not there. right? Only 2 guys out. No panic, drift, put it right on him. Nice time clock, just super polished pro reps. No, don't hang back there like a statue. Move, create, extend, give it to the playmakers, make somebody miss, violence on the boundary. Next one here, same type of protection, play action, 8-person protection, 2 people out, this time Dagger. This is not a premium look for Dagger, but they make it work. This is also a nice juxtaposition. If you caught the Jordan Love video recently, only 2 plays, but the second play, how Cleveland played this versus how, second half New England's playing this. We'll talk through it. But the first thing to notice is the in at the bottom, the number 1. Look at the leverage. You got inside leverage. If I told you were going to throw an in versus this leverage right here, no thank you. No gracias. Okay, but he's able to have enough time because we've got this big boy pass protection, keeping everybody in. And we're just going to let him win and then get in here. Now, what happened with the Browns versus the Packers is they passed this thing off. So as this guy ran the clear of the crosser, he passed it off to the middle field player. And then this player was able to fall back here and take this in away. And the defensive guys get paid too. That's not what New England does here. If you want to see that, go check out the Jordan Love. I think it's the second clip. But this is outstanding from Tanner McKee. Again, look when he lets this thing go. He's patting the ball right there. Driving it down the field. Big chunk on the body. That's awesome, man. It's really awesome. Now, are you going to be able to do this kind of offense where you keep everybody in, 2 people out? No. Okay? This is preseason stuff. You can do it every once in a while. Either way, big chunk. Next one here. 1st and 5. We're going to run a little zone read triple with a little rub up top by the number 1. Nice job by McKee here getting on the edge. Now, this is the one thing I do remember from watching him in Stanford. He is sneaky athletic, like for how big and maybe not how, I wouldn't say quick, but I will say athletic. So he's running away from that guy, able to put it right on the body. To me, this is just spread triple with a little rub. You see this a lot in the red area. You'll dress it up with this little like orbit or ghost motion. So we're going around here. We're really zone reading this player right here. Okay, so all that means is dive, quarterback run right here. And then for the pitch, we're going to go flat right here. Now, some teams will come out here and just MDM. I like it down here by the goal line where you come in here, kind of get a little fake rub and usually get to the corner. So he just extends this thing, plays this thing out. Love the capacity. Got to be able to run RPOs in the system with these quarterbacks. No. Extend, put it on him. You can see the little rub up top. Whoop, make him bubble. Perfect. Put it on him. Everything except that dude getting into the pylon right there. So really nice job here from McKee, though. He just plays this thing out perfectly. Reading 44. See 44 hard charge this thing to the back. Easy pull read. Put it right on the body on the break. Well done. Next one here. This is a 2-point play for the game, essentially. 4:23 left. Philly's down 1. The guy going in motion here is going to go in the flat. That's where the ball's going. New England is just too slow to react. Got to bubble over multiple players. McKee does a nice job putting it right on him, and that's a game winner. That's all it took. So watch the adjustment to motion. See him trailing. Got him. It's already over. It's over. Doesn't have to be a fastball out there. Just good enough throw. Well done. Nice scheme. If the guy going in motion, for whatever reason, wasn't there. So as we come across here, we're into the flat. It looks like everything else is in, shallow, almost like meshy back the other way. So if it wasn't there, if this is 1 easy, this is probably 2, 3 on the back line, 4 all the way across, reading that thing right to left. But again, defensively here, you got to be anticipating this and you got to be communicating. You either got to switch this thing off or you got to bust your ass over there and be able to make this before the guy gets in. I mean, there's just, this is too easy for the offense to just raise up and throw flat. It's not going to work. Watch 27, they'll have to navigate this, right? Over, too easy. Nice design, nice execution. Love the fact that you go for 2 there and end this thing. Nobody wants a tie preseason game. Boop. Last one here, 3rd and 8. This would have been a sweet one to end it because it would have iced it. Up 1, 3rd and 8. We're going to run a little circus or deep out down here to the bottom. This is a beautiful throw. It's just a nice job by the corner, pushing out 46. 46 is a nasty number, by the way. It's a perfect ball. I love the decision to go for it, try to ice this thing, end it. So route-wise here, inside release, up 15-ish to 18. Again, watch the technique of the corner. Bailing with his rear to the sideline. Right? Already talked about the fact that that gives you anything you want outside the numbers usually. The only thing that can really take that away is the flat defender. But this is a perfect throw. Again, it's not a laser. It's up and over, right up on his face. I would say the corner makes a nice play. I would also say the wide receiver eligible out here to the bottom, 40 nasty, needs to get his feet down. You got to get your feet down, dog. Anticipation, tap right there. Look at the eligible down here. Look at 46. He's not out of it. You got to put it over the flat defender. It's a hell of a throw. It's a big time throw, man. The dude was dropping dimes deep down the field outside the numbers. I'm telling you, an impressive day driving the ball down the field. Really, really awesome. You got to get your other foot down there, dude. You got to. And nice recovery from 42. Nice job pushing him out of the way. Again, look at him at the top of the drop. Less fishtail here, but still lined up. See that back foot? It's lined up right where he wants to go. Tight hitch. Again, the ball's up and over the flat defender, right up on the guy's face. Get the left foot down. Get the left foot down. Left foot, left foot, left foot. Oh, my God. Come on, dude. Whew. So that is a wrap. Tanner McKee, have yourself a night. Really fun to see somebody go out there and spin it like this. He was driving the ball with great accuracy deep down the field, playing with anticipation, looking the part, timing, everything for the most part down the field looked outstanding. There were a few throws underneath, and honestly kind of the easier throws that maybe weren't as precise as other ones, but they weren't terrible either. I think they were magnified just because the other ones were so good, so early, so consistent down the field outside the numbers that a few of the misses looked maybe worse than they were. Regardless, super impressive performance. Fired up to see more. Fired up for him in that kind of opportunity to go out there and take the reins like that and have a performance like that. Pretty awesome. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.